An update to a story we've been tracking since Friday. Police say 2 young children and a pregnant woman are among the 4 bodies discovered at a West Greenwich home. Police say the 4th person is the father and husband, accused of shooting them and then turning the gun on himself. Our Sheena Loshuto spoke to the West Greenwich police chief, and Sheena, police describe this as heartbreaking as they continue searching for answers.
That's right. The Aruda family has been identified as the people involved in this tragedy. And right now, police are still trying to figure out why this would happen. They say they're interviewing loved ones, and everyone's telling them that they were a loving couple that loved their kids. The gut-wrenching details are uncovered Friday. West Greenwich police are called to do a wellness check. Danielle Aruda, who's 7 months pregnant, misses work for a 2nd day in a row. No one has heard from her.
It's difficult for any human being.
When officers force their way inside the home on Cheyenne Trail, it's silent.
Officers immediately noticed the bodies of 2 young children, an adult male and a pregnant female.
A 5-year-old little girl, a 2-year-old little boy, and their parents. 39-year-old Danielle Aruda was 7 months pregnant. West Greenwich police believe her husband and the father of the children, Nicholas Aruda, shot them all, then himself. Aruda had 1 prior felony domestic arrest in 2014. That case was ultimately dismissed, and the victim was not Danielle. West Greenwich police believe all of his weapons were owned lawfully.
No one had any concerns over the fact that he owned firearms.
People are dropping off flowers at the home where the gruesome discovery was made as they take in the tragedy. So why would someone do this? That's not a rhetorical question. Authorities are still looking for any answers.
I mean, there's not really much you can do with an investigation like this. It's pretty much self-explanatory, but we still have to go through all the motions to find out if there's any reason if there's anything that somebody missed, any reason that would lead someone to do what he had done to his family. But to date, we have not been able to come up with anything.
Now, police say the suspect, Nicholas, was a stay-at-home father, and he was homeschooling those 2 young children.
Sheena, such a tragic story, and obviously the big question here is why?
And it was heartbreaking for police that they still can't answer that. They say they looked for clues within the home and there was no note or anything like that. The investigation, which state police are involved in this, continues tonight.
Beyond devastating, Sheena Loshuto live in West Greenwich. Sheena, thank you. And if you or somebody you know is the victim of domestic violence, seek help immediately. Right now on WPRI.com, we have a list of phone numbers to helplines in both Massachusetts and Rhode Island, as well as the National Domestic Violence Hotline.
There's still a lot we don't know, but the details that have been revealed are gut-wrenching. 2 young children and a pregnant woman are among the 4 bodies discovered in West Greenwich last week. Thank you for joining us. I'm Mike Montecalvo.
And I'm Shannon Heggie. Police are investigating this as a murder-suicide. Sheena Loshuto has more from the police station. And Sheena, you asked police how they even move forward with an investigation like this.
Investigators themselves are having a tough time. The victims in this case include a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old. They were about to be a family of 5.
Clear room.
But on Friday, West Greenwich police say they were all found dead in their pajamas.
All 3 victims suffered multiple gunshot wounds from a semi-automatic firearm.
Police have identified the victims as a 2-year-old boy, a 5-year-old girl, and their mother, Danielle Aruda, who was 7 months pregnant. Investigators are calling the husband and father, 39-year-old Nicholas Aruda, the suspect. Authorities believe he shot his family before turning the gun on himself.
Like I said, they really kept to themselves, so I guess everybody here is just trying to deal with it their own way, especially since it was a neighbor.
You'll find flowers and a teddy bear in front of the home on Cheyenne Trail, with reminders of the lives, especially the young ones, cut short. West Greenwich's police chief says as of today, there's no answers as to why someone would do this. A tough investigation for all involved.
There's not really much you can do with an investigation like this. It's pretty much self-explanatory, but we still have to go through all the motions to find out if there's any reason if there's anything that somebody missed, any reason that would lead someone to do what he had done to his family. But to date, we have not been able to come up with anything.
I did watch the news earlier, and they said that there was no note, there was nothing like that, so you'll never know what really happened, what really caused that.
Now, West Greenwich police told us today the suspect, Nicholas Arruda, had one prior felony domestic arrest back in 2014. That case was ultimately dismissed, and the victim was not Danielle. Again, still a very active and ongoing investigation here. Reporting live in West Greenwich tonight, I'm Sheena Loshudo, 12 News.